Hello and welcome everyone, Stormy Sensei here. Today we'll be playing some Smash Ultimate with viewers. It'll be mostly viewer versus viewers for the most part. But the concept for today is we will be running a mock tournament. So, as I mentioned in the description, I oftentimes will play in tournaments on this channel, and I'll stream my runs and whatnot. And a lot of the onlookers will say things like, oh, I've never been in a tournament before, what's it like? Or, I'm not good enough to be in a tournament, or, I don't know what's going on, I don't understand tournaments. And so to clear up all that confusion, we're going to actually host some tournament sets on the channel. So the way that the stream is going to work is I'm going to open up a queue, and it's going to allow you to use the join command in order to get in line, and then when your turn comes, you will enter in the ring with your opponent, and you will have a tournament set. That means that you will do stage striking, and you will do character choices and counter picking and things like that. If you end with the same number of stocks, well, we'll get into all this later on, but like, I'm gonna go over a whole bunch of tournament rules today. Turn is set. Alright. So the queue is now open. These will be best of 3. Alright, the queue is supposed to be open, but my Streamlabs bot is like not on at all, so let me turn it off and then turn it back on. We had to do this at the last stream too for some reason. I don't know what's with Streamlabs lately. I suppose I should make a stage list command. Stage list. Now the stage list is actually, you all should be familiar with the stage list because it's what we always use. The real question though is, where are Small Battlefield and Northern Cave and Minecraft World going to fit in here? Because there haven't been any IRL tournaments since those have been released. So for this, I'm going to just not include them at all. They aren't going to be legal for this tournament. So the starters are going to be Battlefield, Pokemon Stadium 2, Lilat, Town and City, and Smashville. And then the counter picks will be Final Destination, Kalos, and Yoshi's 64, or Yoshi's Melee. Alright, anyone can use that. So that is now a command. I'm going to go ahead and test that out. Come on, CloudBot. Maybe I need to wait. There it goes. All right. Well, just join the queue when you're done, or be put at the end of the queue. Why would you immediately join and then say, actually, I can't right now? Well, actually, you probably will have time anyway, because you're all the way in number 6. I'm going to fix the bracket a little bit let's see. Do I want to do it based on seeding or based on having close sets? I think we're gonna try to have close sets because that seems to be more interesting. So it's gonna be on choice. There are only gonna be 3 people in here. Is there like a tournament mode? Yeah, there we go. A tournament mode song to go along with our tournament mode stream. Just to mess some people up in case they just see my friends list or see me on their friends list and they're always and they know that I use the same password. I'm gonna do a little bit weird here. Alright, so I don't actually remember how strong of a player John Cinnaror is, but we're going to have Bino versus Marcus Mark as the first set. Wait, what's the password? You'll know when it's your turn. Don't worry about it. What are the rules? Who will fight me? Go ahead and type join in the chat. I will explain the rules when it's your turn to actually play. Oh yeah, let me do the thing that I did last time. I did this as well to make that more clear. Type join to get in line. Alright, so Bino and Marcus Mark, go ahead and enter the arena. I hear one person entering. That's Marky Mark. Next we're looking for Bino. Alright, excellent. Alright, so the first thing that you need to know, typically you would do rock, paper, scissors in order to decide who gets to strike first. You can't really do rock, paper, scissors online, so instead what we're going to do is I'm going to just have first name alphabetically strike first. So we're skipping the rock, paper, scissors portion. So Bino's going to strike first. What's important here is that the stage that you start on is determined by stage striking. This is very important here. So you have these first 5 stages: Battlefield, Pokemon Stadium 2, Lilat, Town and City, and Smashville. And every character is going to be better on some stages and worse on other stages. And that's something that you just have to kind of learn as you play more of the game. So for stage striking purposes, what you're going to do is the first person that gets to go, which is in this case going to be Bino, they're going to choose a stage to not play on for the first match. So go ahead and do that now, Bino. Out of the 5 stages that are listed under the starters, go ahead and choose the stage that you don't want to play on. And PS2 means Pokemon Stadium 2. I'm gonna actually write all that out. Alright, so Bino says I don't want to play on Battlefield. So now Marky Mark gets to decide for 2 stages that they don't want to play on out of the remaining 4. So you can decide to not play on Lilat or Pokemon Stadium 2, Town and City, or Smashville. And that's what you're going to strike next. So I'm going to say no to Pokemon Stadium 2 and to Smashville. You should let them pick a number between 1 to 10 to decide who picks first. Well, no, because there's even strategy to that, because if one person says 2 and the other person says 3, that means that the person that goes second in choosing a number from 1 to 10 is automatically going to be better. Like, I guess in one case it would be a coin flip would be better. Like, if you were to say choose a number between 1 and 0, or 1 or 0, and then one person chooses one of the numbers, the other person chooses the other number, then that would be kind of the better way to do it. So maybe we'll do that. Do I even have a coin flip? Coin flip. If I have a coin flip command, then we'll do that way. Or you could use the gamble command, and whoever rolls the higher gamble will end up going first. That's another way to do it. So anyway, back to the set. So now we have Town and City or Lilat remaining as the 2 stages to choose from. And so Bino and Marky Mark will both so then Bino will basically choose the last. Yeah, you say the choose. So this is the confusing part here. So in real life, typically, if you were sitting next to the person, at this point you would choose the stage you want to play on. On a Wi-Fi tournament, though, you choose the stage that you don't want to play on, and the remaining stage is the one that you actually play on. It's confusing in that way. So in this case, I'm going to pretend like we're sitting next to each other. It's IRL, pandemic's over, and I'm going to have you choose the stage you want to play on now. Hey there, Plushy Shorts. Welcome to the channel. If you want to join, all you got to do is just read the description and figure out and find all the stuff you need to know. Also, the instructions for just the very basics are in the top left corner. Alright, so we're going to be playing the first game on Town and City. So in the stage select, be sure to actually select Town and City, and then enter the ring and have our first match. So in some ways, I'm going to talk over this first set. In some ways, Smash Tournament, like if you go to your local, like if you find your local Discord or your Facebook group and you find out where the tournaments are, there's somewhat of an information game going on here as well. Because if you know that, the very first match is supposed to be kind of, you don't know what your opponent's going to do because you choose the stage first and then you choose the characters. But, if I were to go to my tournaments, then, and some new person that had never been to a tournament before came up and was like, hey, my first round is against Stormy Sensei, who is this person? Then the people in the at the event are going to say, oh yeah, Stormy Sensei, that's the King DDD player. So if they happen to have 2 characters that they're good with, one is bad against DDD, the other one's good against DDD, then they might choose the character that is good against DDD. And that's kind of why you'll also see, if you follow top players on Twitter, while they'll sometimes ask hey, I'm in pools, and who's this person that I'm about to fight in round 1, so that they kind of get an idea of what is in store. This is not a real tournament. I don't want to have to necessarily eliminate anyone, and I also don't want this event to last forever. And most importantly, if this were a real tournament, you would have showed up too late. So you would not have been able to join. And that's the most important reason why this is a mock tournament instead of a real tournament. Mock tournament means fake, basically. So it's like we're pretending as though this were a real tournament in the sense that we're having a tournament set. We're going to do best of 3. There will be a winner, there will be a loser. But there's no bracket. You didn't sign up for anything. You just kind of show up, and whenever you show up, you get to enter no matter what. It's kind of like mock trial or model you in or all sorts of things like that. Mock duck. Just means fake, really. So I'm going to explain this after the battle, but I'm also going to explain it during this battle here as well. After this battle, there's going to be a winner and a loser. There's one scenario in which case, this doesn't come up in typical Wi-Fi tournaments, but let's say that after the 8 minutes for this game goes over, both opponents haven't died yet, and we go to sudden death because of the timer. Well, in a real tournament, you don't actually do sudden death. Actually, what happens is you take a look at who had more HP, and that's the person that loses. So, like in this case, Kirby would be the winner if the timer went off because they have 2 stocks. But prior to that, actually, what percent was Ganondorf at when they died? Ganondorf was at a higher percent, so Ganondorf would have lost instead. And in this case, Kirby's at 0%, Ganondorf's at 44%. Kirby would win if the timer went out just right now. So after this game is over, there's going to be a winner and a loser, and the winner will then choose what character they're going to go with. So in this case, Marky Mark's going to say, this is the character that I'm going to use for game number 2. And maybe it's Kirby, maybe it's whatever they plan on choosing. And then after they choose their character, then the opponent gets to choose the character that they're going to use for the next battle. So at this point, Marcus, go ahead and choose the character you're going to use in game number 2. I love the good luck, have funs before the set. Very important stuff. Gonna go Steve. Alright, so Marcus is gonna go Steve. Now, in response to that, Bino's going to select the character that they are going to use for game number 2, and you can say it out loud. Actually, you have to say it out loud in this case. Or type it out in chat, I suppose. Hey there, Pitch Production. There's no, I don't just give out the ID. You have to use the join command in order to get in line. Alright, so Bino will be doing Piranha Plant. Alright, and now we're going to open up the stage list again. And from the stage list, Marcus is going to choose 2 stages that he does not want to play on. And those are going to be basically banning the stages. And you can choose from all the stages, the starters and the counter picks. One very confusing thing that a lot of first-time tournament goers do is they think that they have to choose a counterpick stage. You don't have to pick a counterpick stage. Counterpick stages are added on top of the starter list when you're counterpicking stages. So Marcus has banned Pokemon Stadium 2 and Kalos from the list, so Bino can choose from Battlefield, Town and City, Smashville, Final Destination, and Yoshi's Story, or Lilat as their stage for game number 2. Let me type out this all together. Pokemon Stadium 2. There we go. Alright, so we're going to Smashville for game number 2. So in the stage select, make sure that you select Smashville, select your new characters, and then enter in the ring for game number 2. This is best of 3, meaning that the first person to win 2 games wins. If this were the reason why we say that is like you play up to 3 games, and whoever has the most number of wins out of that number is the final winner. So if this were like a best of 5, it would be the first person to win 3 games. If we're best of 7, first person to win 4 games. How long until it's your turn? Let's see, where are you on the list? Let's see here, we got your number 6 on the list. Mostly depends, so like about 1 game of Smash takes about 2 to 3 minutes, typically, unless like you're intentionally trying to play campy. And even then it usually takes like 5 minutes and very rarely 8 minutes. So a best of 3 set will usually take like, 4 to 10 minutes of, game time. And then there's a little bit of time wasted doing stage striking. Typically, I also give tips during matches, but since this is a tournament set, I'm not going to be doing the mid-set coaching. So you guys are all on your own for what I would do in certain scenarios and how I think you guys should be playing this. Zero for you are number 4. I didn't know that would actually work like that. I'm trying to figure out how to fix the bracket though in order to have some interesting close matches. Like, the last game was last stock, which is good. Like, you don't necessarily want to have a stream of a whole bunch of 3 stocks. So I'm looking at the list. I don't know how good Plushy Shorts is or Pitch Production, because I've never seen them play. John Cineroar I think I've seen play before, but it's so rare because I usually stream in US time. And I think that we got a good number of European viewers today. Which for one thing means we'll probably get a good bit of lag here, but for another thing means that, I don't play against them very often. Hey there, Mr. Tyler. Will you be joining us today? How do you play? Well, when it's your turn, we'll go over that in more detail. Alright, unlike yesterday, we're not going to do the last third match for fun. We're just going to move on. This is a mock tournament. You just take your loss and you leave. At this point, Marky Mark would be advancing on in the bracket, and Bino would either be eliminated if it were a single elimination, or go down into loser's bracket if there were a loser's bracket. Alright, next up, we're going to have I Like Pie versus Felix. Oh, do you mean good or bad as far as how to play? I don't know. I don't remember playing against you. And it also depends on your opponent as well. Alright, so Felix and I Like Pie will be having their turn right now. Yeah, you can rejoin using the join command. I got the password on screen for you. I hear one person entering. Alright. Alright, we're good. Both of these players have actually done tournaments before, but I will describe it anyway because I want to keep on bringing it up for the newcomers to the stream. We will have Felix go first because F comes before I. And we're going to have them strike first. I'm too lazy to do the coin flip thing. Do I even have a coin flip command? Let's see. I know it would be hilarious if, I know what I'm going to do from now on, actually. We're going to use the watch time. Whoever's watched the stream or watched the channel more will get to strike first using the points command. So Streamlabs bot should say how many hours you've watched my channel. Oh no, it doesn't show how many. Why doesn't it show how long you've been watching? Let me edit this. Well, okay, I'm gonna edit that while the set is happening. Felix will strike first, though. So out of the starter stages, you got Battlefield, Pokemon Stadium 2, Lilat, Town and City, Smashville. Felix is going to choose the choose the stage that they don't want to play on first. It's not going to be based on points, it's going to be based on hours. Striking is kind of like you have these 5 stages that are available to you, and you're basically Xing out the ones that you don't want to play on, so that's what it means by striking. Strike has lots of different definitions, but we're using it as like a Xing out definition. Alright, so Felix does not want to play on Lilat. And now I Like Pie is going to choose from the remaining 4 stages and select 2 other stages that he does not want to play on. So those options, by the way, are Battlefield, Pokemon Stadium 2, Town and City, or Smashville. And you gotta find 2 of them to not do that. To use points command to find hours? Not yet. I need to actually do that. My points command is not set up to do it that way. So I Like Pie says no to Battlefield and Smashville, meaning that Felix has Town and City and Pokemon Stadium 2 remaining to choose from. And you will choose the stages you want to play on right now. Just use the top hours command. What if 2 opponents are actually not in the top 10? Alright, let's see if this works. Alright, so we're going to be playing on Pokemon Stadium 2. So go ahead and choose that as your preferred stage. Choose the character you plan on playing in Game 1, and then enter the ring. no, that doesn't have a thing. Alright, let me try this thing here. Alright, here we go. Ah, there it is. It's user dot points actually. How do I check who's next? I have a bot that does it all for me. Did we choose the wrong stage or something? What's going on? Oh, yeah, that was the wrong stage. You're supposed to be on Pokemon Stadium 2, but that was FD. Good eye. Oh no, it still doesn't work. I need to keep looking. Oh, it's time. User.time. There we go. Now it should work. Hey there, DS64. There we go. Perfect. And I just need to add hours to the end of that. I think you have to wait a second in between. Oh, I guess not. Never mind. Alright, so from now on, stage striking is determined based on how many hours you've watched, which is hilarious to me. And I managed to get that to work, so that's good. Oh, very nice. Alright, and now, as the winner of game number 1, I Like Pie is going to select their character, type it in the chat. In response, Felix will type their counterpick character in chat. And then, after those things happen, Alright, so I Like Pie has chosen Bowser for game 2. Let's see what Felix's counter pick is. I should put some sort of cooldown on that. Maybe like 5 seconds or something like that. Alright, and now I Like Pie is going to choose 2 stages from among the starters and the counter picks that he does not want to play on as Bowser, against whatever character Felix chooses. Remember, oh, so Felix is going to go Greninja. Hey there, Jim Fury. For those of you that don't know, Jim Fury is another Smash streamer, and also another person that participates in Wi-Fi tournaments on their channel. And so, if you want to see more Smash content, you check him out. Alright, let me go ahead and put a cooldown on the stage list command, because, you know, sometimes I'll put it in as well as both opponents at the same time, and that's no good. Alright, so I Like Pie does not want to play on Lilat or Battlefield, and so after that, Felix will choose the stage that they want to play on as Greninja against Bowser. And then they will both select that stage in the preferred stage list, choose your character, enter the ring, and begin round 2. Let's say like global cooldown of 20 seconds. Probably don't need it that often. Is there a way to turn off the "this is on cooldown for X number of seconds" message? I don't think so. I don't know if it'll be more or less annoying to have it happen like that. Alright, we're going to be playing on Smashville. Greninja versus Bowser. Let's see it. We can gentleman to an illegal stage, right? Yeah, so in an IRL tournament, you are allowed to gentleman. So, okay, there are some other rules in place here. We haven't gotten to game 3 yet, so I haven't brought this up. But there are a couple of modifications on the rule set. So there's this one thing called DSR, which stands for Dave's Stupid Rule, meaning that you cannot choose a stage as a counter pick. You cannot choose a stage that you previously won on during a counter pick. So I Like Pie won on Pokemon Stadium 2 game 1. Let's say Felix wins game 2 on Smashville. Now it's I Like Pie's counter pick. Now if Felix doesn't strike or doesn't ban Pokemon Stadium 2, then in some tournaments I Like Pie would be allowed to go back to Pokemon Stadium 2, but in other tournaments you would not be able to. That's the baseline Dave's Stupid Rule, is you can't go back to a stage you won on during the set, or you can't counterpick to a stage you previously won on. Now there's a modified Dave's Stupid Rule, which means that you can't counterpick to a stage that you previously counterpick and won to, meaning that because it was a neutral starter stage that you both struck towards, you would be allowed to play on it for game 3. But in a best of 5, you would not be able to play on that same stage again on game number 5. So that's DSR. If I ran a tournament, would I do DSR? That's a good question that no one asked me except for myself. Good question, Stormy Sensei. I think I would. I think it kind of makes sense. Like, basically it's a rule that makes tournament sets more close. Like, you want your matches to be, exciting, Dave's Stupid Rule is kind of there because, like, if you won on Pokemon Stadium 2, then you already know that your character has the advantage on that stage. So why wouldn't you just choose that stage again? But DSR requires you to kind of be better at more stages, or to at least know what like other stages you would also be good at. But going back to the gentlemaning, you can gentleman basically just agree to go on whatever stage you want, even if it were illegal. So there's some tournament sets that entirely play out on Pokemon Stadium 2 because the community has decided that that is the most balanced stage for the whole cast. I think that there's some disagreement on that. I don't think that it's really all that balanced for the whole cast. But, you know, the community as a whole thinks that that is the most balanced stage, and therefore there are lots of tournament sets that you'll see just be played only on Pokemon Stadium 2, even though the rules don't allow you to go on it for Game 3. Why let the person picking the stage first ban a stage? It's the opposite. So actually the person that picks the stage does not ban the stage. So the winner of Game 1 bans the stage, saying, I don't want to go on certain stages. And the person that lost the previous game chooses the stage. So let's think about it let's break down the rule set a little bit here. So in Game 1, presumably both the players are on equal footing. Like, they don't know what characters they're going to start off this tournament set with. They don't know what stages they're good with. So they choose the stage, right? And let's say, for example, one person plays Little Mac and the other person plays, like, you know, literally anyone else. But for reference, let's say that it's Little Mac is the person that one person chooses, and the other person chooses, like, Palutena. So let's say Game 1, you know, you don't know what they chose, but you got on Pokemon Stadium 2 and you win as Little Mac. If there were no stage bans, then obviously the person is going to choose like Battlefield or something like that. Your Little Mac, you can't even reach the top platform. You basically have just given up an entire game. Even though you won the first match, you basically have a really strong disadvantage going to Game 2. And for that reason, that's why you kind of allow the winner to basically have more of an advantage going forward and ban 2 stages. You kind of have to think of it as like a spectrum. Like, whatever character you choose, out of the 7 stages that are legal, you have some stages that are really good for you, some stages that are really bad for you. And you basically want to eliminate the stages that are really, really bad for you, because you don't want to have completely volatile sets. You don't want it to be like, you know, whoever wins Game 1 definitely wins because you choose this really terrible volatile matchup for Game 2, and then you get counterpicked and you have this completely volatile matchup for Game 3. Final Destination best stage? Well, for Little Mac, I suppose, yeah. Anyway, I've been rambling on since all this has been going on, but let's go ahead and do the final game. Felix is going to choose Greninja for game number 3. We're waiting for I Like Pie's character choice for game 3. If it makes you feel any better, DS64, Fire Breath doesn't destroy red Pikmin. Are you up soon? I think yes, all of my people are up pretty soon. We are almost through the whole list, actually. We got John Cineroar versus Zero Free next, followed by Airy versus Plushy Shorts. How do I pronounce that first word there? Is that Freeze? Is that how I'm supposed to pronounce it? Freeze Plush Productions? free XZ. Who strikes first? Felix will choose 2 stages that they don't want to play on, and then you will choose the stage that you get to play on. You only do stage striking for round 1. Afterwards, you are doing bans. So Felix does not want to play on Lilat or Yoshi's. Did I see I Like Pie choose a character? Oh, King DDD. Alright. We're playing on FD. Alright, we got Greninja versus DDD, FD. Let's do it. Game number 3. While it is a viewer in chat, they told me who they were, but I wasn't paying attention. Someone will probably say it in chat before I finish scrolling up to see who it is. I wish you could search your own chat box. That'd be nice. You just kind of have to remember about where it goes up. What if someone picks random? So, okay, in a Wi-Fi tournament, here's the power play. If you are so confident that you are going to win, you actually just set your stage list to random and then have the opponent set the stage. Because after you win game 1, remember you're so confident, right? After you win game 1, they're the ones that have to choose what stage they're going to play on for game number 2. And since in all arenas, whoever chooses random never gets their stage selected and is always prefers someone who has a choice compared to the one that doesn't have a choice, you can just like leave your stage list on random and then, you know, not have to ever go into the stage select screen. Oh, pitch production, are you Walid? I think Bino and Marcus were just asking who this random was in their chat. I mean, in their arena. Smash Ultimate is a 3-dimensional game. Did you see how DDD spun around on his heels and avoided the water shuriken that was traveling along the ground? Alright, so since this is game number 3, no matter what, this set's going to be over after this game. So I'm going to call John Cineroar and Zero Free on deck here. Are you guys up? You're playing right now, John Cineroar. Is Zero Free still watching? Excellent. So get ready, you know, stop whatever Elite Smash you're playing or whatever you're doing while you're waiting. Oh. Feel free to get back in line. I don't repeat sets, so you won't be fighting each other again if you rejoin. Zero Free and John Cineroy are up next. Here's the ID and password. It's on screen right now. All right, we got one. Let's get number 2. Also, warn me ahead of time if you guys are like banned from online or something like that. Yep, you can pick any character you want. There are no banned characters for this tournament. 3 minutes? Alright, what should I do here? Let's see. We got... 3 minutes is like a game. I guess I'll play random 1 game. John Cineroy, I don't know if you want to like play your main for this random game, just because you'd be giving information away to Zero Free. It's your choice. Hey there, Swordmaster. We're doing mock tournament sets today. So there is a rule in tournament play about not stalling the tournament. So you would not be able to do like a 99 like match. And some TOs are like more willing to do like other things. Like I've seen like, okay, so here's a really silly example. Let's say you go to a tournament that has Melee and Smash Ultimate, and you have like a person that's like 2 people that are really good at Melee but like not that great at Ultimate playing in the Ultimate tournament. They may actually decide to counterpick to Melee, which is kind of a meme, but like also it happens. It's actually one of the funnier things that happen in a real tournament though. I'm dead. Someone tried to take you to Melee once. It's been offered to me plenty of times. Another one is like counterpicking to Project M. But then like it gets really silly sometimes, like, you know, that's like a reasonable meme, but then they're like unreasonable ones like counterpicking to Slap City or something like that. So like you can't stall out a tournament. You can't make a tournament last longer than it's supposed to. So that's like the main like overarching rule. So like I said, you can't do 99 stock matches or anything like that. But other than that, it's basically up to you, your opponent, and your TO to come up with like what's allowed and what's not. I guess I should have done up there. I got counterpicked to Super Smash Flash 2 before. I counterpicked to Rivals of Aether. Alright, Zero Free, are you ready yet? Something's wrong with your network. Oh no. That's the unfortunate part about Wi-Fi tournaments. Are you able to connect yet? Just let me know in chat. Shouldn't have rolled. You rolled the last 3 times, so I kind of already knew that you were going to do it. Still don't have a message from Zero Free. Can't play. Oh, unfortunate. Wi-Fi is broken. Alright, so instead of John Cineroy versus Zero Free, we're going to have John Cineroy versus Free XZ Plushie Shorts. Oh wait, maybe I should... That's too late, I guess. I already called them, I suppose. I was going to put the 2 people that are talking about how they're both new together. You're joining? Alright, that's good. I thought that the counter-picking rule sets were memey enough. I mean, it's pretty important stuff, though. Like, counter-picking is basically what makes Smash, like... how should I put this? If you imagine a world in which the only game... Okay, so Smash 64. Here's a perfect example. Smash 64 has one legal stage, and that is Yoshi's Story. Not Yoshi's Story, Kirby's Dream Land 64. And so, and it only has like 12 characters. So, in Smash 64, it basically always is like, are you better than your opponent at the characters that you happen to use? And that is the determination of every single skill. Whoa, hold up. What happened to all the stage striking and whatnot? Well, that's what I mean by it being kind of memey. Like, it's a meme, like counterpicking to a different game is a meme. Like, not every tournament's going to allow you to do that. Like, obviously if you go to EVO, or if you go to, like, the Big House, or if you go to SmashCon, or DreamHack, or any of the super majors, or even the majors, and even the regional tournaments aren't going to allow you to do that. But if it's like your weekly local, where like you know the TO personally and like you're all friends and it's kind of whatever and you're not really taking it that seriously anyway, then that's why some TOs will allow that. Alright. So go ahead and use the points command. So we'll see who gets to strike first. We're practicing doing tournaments for Heat here, not just like playing the game just for fun. That will happen in a couple of hours from now. Alright, John Cineroy has played for 3 hours, and has watched for 3 hours, I should say, and then Freeze, go ahead and use the points command. Pretty sure it's going to be less because today is the first time I'm seeing you on my channel. What is the points command? It's just points. That's all it is. Just like I'm typing in chat. You've already joined. You just gotta, well, I'll just say that Johnson Aurora, I know that Johnson Aurora's watched more than you have anyway. So, what you're gonna do now is Johnson Aurora is going to take a look at the stage list that I just typed into chat here. And you're going to choose one stage that you do not want to play on. So, between Battlefield, Pokemon Stadium, 2, Lilat, Town and City, or Smashville, choose a stage that you do not want to play on. Alright, so Johnson Aurora does not want to play on Lilat. Now, Plushie Shorts. Next, you have to choose 2 stages that you do not want to play on from the stage list that is currently in chat. In fact, I can just pin this message, and then it'll always be at the top. Something isn't right. Why is FD a counter and Lilat a starter? Because FD is a counter pick stage. That is something I feel personally strongly about, and I will take that with me to the grave. Like, not having platforms to like land on completely polarizes so many matchups. Okay, so Plushie Shorts does not want to play on Smashville or Town and City, meaning that at this point Johnson Aurora will choose between Pokemon Stadium 2 and Battlefield as their first stage. So what is the stage that we'll be playing on for game number 1? NC. Oh, Northern Cave. I haven't had a tournament in my region since the pandemic started, so we haven't come up with the stage list yet. Yoshi's got replaced. That's so sad to hear. I love counterpicking to Yoshi's. Alright, so we'll be playing on Battlefield right now. So both of you choose Battlefield as your stage, choose the character you plan on using for game 1, and then enter the ring and begin your match. I love Yoshi's because, for one thing, I always ban Battlefield because DDD is too fat to fit between the platforms, like the top and the middle platforms. But Yoshi's story has a smaller ceiling, and the platforms are farther apart from each other, so DDD is able to actually fit in between them with a nice back air, and also is able to up air off the top platform or for like easy early kills. And the side blast zones are small enough that I can go for forward air and kill people that way as well. And there's a wall, meaning that I can, if I toss my Gordo just right, I can have it hug the wall, and there's like people that have super vertical recoveries can't do anything about it. Like, there's so many things that I love about playing as DDD on Yoshi's story. The only thing I like more is DDD on Kalos because I never die. But unfortunately, I don't get any early kills from Kalos. It's just a matter of like, I'm a heavy and I will live, and you are not a heavy and maybe you will die. I don't like Yoshi's as DD. Why is that? Well, I guess you do more of the Gordo setups, I suppose, so the hills might be worse for you. So I could see that. You also can't jet hammer someone hanging on the ledge on Yoshi's story either. I could see Northern Lights being the new Kalos. Not Northern Lights, Northern Caves being the new Kalos, because they have a similar platform layout where the ledges hang out above the stage, and there are 2 platforms on the edge. I kind of like having more stages with walls, like, especially if it's going to be a counterpick stage anyway. Like, having a character with a wall jump seems like it's becoming less and less important as we start replacing all of these stages with walls with stages that don't have walls. There are 3 DDDs that scare me. I like Pi, Stormy, and AD. Well, you haven't even seen Nelly yet. Nelly kind of snuck in, just put a join, pretend like no one's gonna see him out here. But I learned to play DDD from Nelly. Alright, so now that we have a winner, Plushie is going to choose 2 stages that they do not want to play on from the stage list. It's pinned, but I will also use the command here. In fact, maybe I'll fix the bracket and have you fight against Nelly, so you have a 4th DDD to be afraid of. This is why TOs have too much power. All this, like, I'm getting corrupted already. Like, I can just choose people to fight against each other. Actually, I don't even have to fix the bracket. You guys are naturally 9 and 10 together, so you guys would otherwise fight each other anyway. Stop with the lies? No, no lies here. I played a very casual DDD until you showed up, and I was like, oh man, I got a lot to learn here. And that was like the Zenkai boost, if I'm talking Dragon Ball terms. Your switch is at 16%. Well, this is definitely going to end up with a dead switch. Alright, so we're not playing on Kalos or Town and City. Choose the stages you want to play on, John Cineroy. I just went to the Elder Guru, got his inner potential unlocked for the 5th time. What stage is that? Was that an autocorrect thing? What stage are we playing on? You can choose any stage that's in the stage list other than Kalos and Town and City. going to Final Destination. All right. So choose Final Destination as your preferred stage, and then, oh, I forgot, you guys were supposed to choose characters. Whoops. You're supposed to choose characters first, and then choose the stage. But that's okay. It's not for money or anything like that. There's no real bracket. Have I ever streamed fighters? I think I did. Well, I didn't do a stream dedicated to fighters, but I did a stream where I tried out the demos for like 5 games in one day. And fighters was one of the demos that was available on that day. I don't think I liked it, but it was also like the very beginning. There have been a whole bunch of patches since then. I think it was like the Switch launch or something like that. I like air dashers, generally speaking. Like, I played Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Sadly, the demo never got patched. Wait, so if I got the Dragon Ball FighterZ patch right now, it would still be on the base version? Oh, the demo's gone? Okay. I think Super Dash makes the game uninteresting at a low level. Well, I didn't play it very much, but like it was for maybe like less than an hour for sure. So I don't think I had enough to like form an opinion, honestly, of the game. Alright, game 2 goes to John Cinnaror. Go ahead and choose your character you're going to bring into game 3, John Cinnaror. And then in response to John Cinnaror choosing a character, Freeze is going to counterpick a character. And then, as always, the winner will span 2 stages. The loser will choose the stage from among those not banned, and then we'll go into game 3. Hey there, TL Baker. Would you like to join in our mock tournament sets today? I'm teaching chat how to participate in tournament events for Smash Ultimate. John Cinnaror has chosen Wario for the character they will use in game number 3. So now we were waiting for Plushie's counterpick character. I know how to play in bracket. You know, a lot of people, even the people that have played in tournaments, don't necessarily always know all the rules, because it's so easy if you show up to like 2 or 3 or 4 tournaments to just, you know, fight against people that are like, hey, you want to just go PS2, and then you just do that for an entire tournament, and then you just always choose your mains, and you know, you don't go past like 2 and 2 or something like that. Especially if you like do it through challenge, or you only do streamer tournaments, or if you go to like your local weeklies, where the enforcement of the rules is a lot more lax because not as many people know about the rules. Alright, so you're going Sonic here. Alright, so now John Cineroar is going to choose the 2 stages that he does not want to play against Sonic as for Game 3, as Wario. Don't worry, I'm aggressive, not campy. This is a mock tournament, so if you felt like being campy, granted you're playing against Wario, camping might not be a great idea, giving him free wafts, but if you wanted to actually, you know, play the timer, that is a reasonable thing to do. People play campy Sonics? They do. So like, the top Sonic in the world is Ken, and he is an incredible, aggressive, very smart, ridiculously good Sonic player. But directly underneath him, the next like 3 or 4 best Sonic players in the world, like Sonics and Wrath and You're Too Slow, all play very, very campy, very timer-based Sonics. So, unfortunately, Sonic has a reputation of being really campy, even though the character is best played not necessarily campy. Alright, so we're going to Smash... Wait, oh yeah, so we're not going to Battlefield and we're not going to Smashville for game number 3. So now, Free has to choose a stage from the remaining unbanned stages to go for game 3, Sonic versus Wario. See, even though we've been going on for like an hour and a half, it's still good for me to keep on mentioning this because people still ask like, what do I do now? Granted, some of that is because people are basically not paying attention until it's their turn, but what can you do? Alright, so we're going to FD, Wario versus Sonic, game number 3. Choose the proper stage, choose your character, and let's go. Tweak versus Sonic, so it literally is that, right? Is there a way to check your standing? You mean like where you are in line? You are currently number 6. Actually, on deck, I'm going to ask for Pitch Production and Harry Lawrence to start getting ready to enter the arena, because this is game number 3. At max will be 8 minutes from now. And in fact, you can actually speed things up by doing stage striking right now. So, Airy and Pitch Production, are both of you in chat still? I'm gonna have to mix up the order a bit because Felix and I, like Pi, are currently scheduled to fight each other, but they already fought each other. But I guess I could do, but I also want Swordmaster to fight Nelly though. So then I can have Jim fight Pi and Felix fight Marcus, I guess. And then Tyler would fight Bino. Yeah, there we go. I figured it out, don't worry. Ari Lawrence, are you still in chat? You might get the double DQ. Pitch production. It's been a while since I've heard from either of them. I think that they were 2 European viewers of mine. If they don't say anything in chat before the end of this match, then we will move on to the next person. The next two people. Bino and Tyler, are you both ready? Nicely done. 1 minute, that's not too bad. Given that we've basically saved an entire set's worth of time, I think that we can wait 1 minute. Let's hope that Tyler is here. If you want to rejoin the queue, you can use the join command again to join for another tournament set. I will try to make sure that you don't fight the same person. Sorry, accident? What do you mean? What's the accident? Good games to both of you. Moving on to the next set. Ready? Excellent. Just to speed things up here, I'm going to kick you two. Alright, so Bino, Tyler, are you here? Oh, welcome back, Pitch Production. You literally just missed your turn, but if Tyler's not here, then I will replace Tyler with you then. I don't think Tyler's here either. Alright, so we're gonna skip Tyler. Bino versus Pitch Production. Yep, you can fight again. Just go ahead and use the join command to get in line. Who is Ari? Oh, this is Ari Lawrence. Wait. You both like... Alright, hang on. Ari, are you here? Actually gonna go? Well, thanks for stopping by, John Cineroy. Alright, so Ari Lawrence is here, and Pitch Production is also here. So in that case, I guess I'll let the set happen. Bino, could you exit to let Ari and Lawrence, Ari and Pitch in? See you, your troopers. Thanks for stopping by. Nathaniel, is that Pitch Production? Oh, this is a new record. Well, not a new record, but 20 is a lot of viewers. Welcome everybody. today's stream is focused around teaching people how to do tournament sets. Alright. First things first. Wait, pitch production, who's Nathaniel? Is that not you, pitch production? I guess I'll kick Nathaniel. Since you're still asking for the code. Alright, so that's not you. Let's put in the code here. We got a waiting arena coming up soon. Valid, okay. It shouldn't be full, unless someone else also just entered the arena. Maybe I should set it to 4 just to have a buffer. So I can like kick people as they come in when it's not their turn. It's not supposed to be full pitch production. There we go. Alright, let's get this started. The stage list, you're supposed to counter pick. I don't even know what stage you guys are on right now.
3, 2, 1.
We're on FD. This is another reason why it's so difficult to learn tournament rules, because very often when you have like what's called a tournament, people will just kind of come in and play whatever. And like a lot of times I'll just kind of, if I'm in a tournament, a Wi-Fi tournament in particular, and I make the arena and I'm like asking for them to do stage bans and whatnot, and they just like hop in and start fighting, I'm just gonna be like, yeah, whatever, it's probably fine. And then I'll just like let it happen. I think he saved Ness? No, he could have saved Ness. Let's see here. Now I need to figure out who Bino's going to fight, because now we have an odd number of people in here. Bino, do me a favor and use the join command again, so that I can partner you up with somebody. I'll remove you from the list, but you're next anyway. Hey there, fighter. Welcome to the channel. Alright, so Ari won game number 1. Now Ari is going to choose their character. And let us know in chat who that's going to be. Hey there, Toad. What am I doing? These are mock tournament sets. I am walking people through going through a tournament set, which is a best of 3, including how to do stage striking, stage bans, and character counter picks. And we've been doing this for about an hour and a half now. Air will be playing Banjo for game number 2. Walid, go ahead and choose your character for the next game. And let us know in chat who that character will be. Alright, so much for that. You know what? It's fine. Sometimes you end up having tournament sets like this. You gotta learn how to just roll with it.
3, 2, 1, go!
We're back on FD. Banjo versus Ness. Game number 2. To some extent, this is also a lesson on its own, because you gotta remember, for most people, tournaments should be a fun event that you do, that you spend your time with, and time and money. And if you get too worked up about like exactly how the rules work and things like that, then you'll have less fun, and your opponents will also have less fun. So sometimes you just gotta let it go, you know? Wow. Tournament sets take a long time. We got people that entered the queue like an hour ago. Maybe I should rethink allowing people to rejoin the queue, just because it takes so long to go through it all. Cause like, let me think about it a little bit. I'm thinking about how many more sets we'll be able to do on stream. I think it'll be fine. But I do need to check to see who, oh, Marcus is leaving. Oh, thanks for stopping by. Sorry you weren't able to get your game in. let's see. We're gonna scroll back and... Oh, you know what? Yeah, you couldn't have been next anyway because it was you versus Bino was the first set of the game. Alright, so for game number 3, we're going to have the winner, which is Walid, is going to choose the character they're going to play for game number 3. And go ahead and type that in the chat. Pitch production. Now in this case, they just chose the KS, so they chose K Rule. Now Ari can choose the character that they want to counter pick as. I was going to say that in this case, if they just start like that, just go ahead and cancel out and then choose your counter pick because you're totally within the rules to do so. There was like no lag for games 1 and 2, but suddenly for game number 3 on the same stage, it's stuttering a bit. Well, since this is game 3, I guess I should go ahead and put in the people for the next one. I'm gonna have, let's see. Gonna have Bino and Felix go. So since this is game 3, you guys can actually already start doing your stage picking. So you guys can first go ahead and put in the points command to see who will be going first. Looks like Felix has more points and therefore gets the stage striking advantage. Oh, unfortunate. And that's it. That was a tournament set. Kind of, but we're not going to get too fixated on that. Thanks for playing, both of you. You guys can use the join command to enter again. Bino has 68 hours and Felix has 137 hours. I just checked. I don't do points as the reward because you can just gamble and just artificially raise that very easily. So, as always, here's the stage list. And Felix will choose one stage from the starters that they do not want to play on, as whatever their mystery character is. Felix does not want to play on Lilat. Now Bino will choose two stages, aside from Lilat, of the starters that that he does not want to play on. For round one, you don't reveal your characters. You so in real life, you kind of have to reveal your characters in the sense that when you sit down next to each other, you choose the characters on the select screen. And like, you can get kind of fishy about that too. Like, if you, I'll talk about it more when we're actually in the match. But Bino just chooses not to play on Town and City or Smashville, meaning that Pokemon Stadium 2 or Battlefield are the remaining stages that Felix can choose from. So what will it be? We will be playing on Battlefield, so go ahead and set your stage to Battlefield. Choose your mystery character for round one, and then get started. Alright, so here's the thing. In Smash 4, I had a rival in my area where I played Kirby as my main, and he played Toon Link as his main. My Kirby could not beat his Toon Link, almost ever. Like, I had to get like super lucky. But my villager had a very easy time beating his Toon Link. But then he had, what did he counterpick that with? I think he had like, what did he use? I can't remember what he used to counterpick my villager. But anyway, we basically had the situation where my secondary would beat his main, and he had a secondary that could beat my secondary. But in game one, you're not supposed to know what your opponent is going to use. You can't assume that they're going to use main. So one thing that you can do in real life tournaments in order to avoid the situation where like let's say that you thought that the opponent is really scummy, right? And so you go to this character select screen and you hover and you like select your character Kirby, and then they select their character Toon Link. Or like, maybe it's the opposite. Maybe I select my character Villager, and then they select their character, let's say Lucina. I don't actually know what it was. And so like, you could be like, well, hold up, like, why are you choosing Lucina? I know for a fact that you are a Toon Link main. Are you choosing that because you know that I would beat you with this character, and you're intentionally choosing this? And then like, you know, now you're questioning the integrity of the game. So what you can do to avoid situations like this is you can have a double blind. You take aside a random person that's also playing in the tournament, and then you say, hey, we're going to double blind here, and you whisper your character pick to them, and your opponent whispers their character pick to them. And so then when you get to the character select screen, you select your characters, and it's fine. Another thing you can do is you can just say like, on 3 you're going to say out loud what your character is. So like 1, 2, 3, and then you both say your character. And then you have about the same amount of trust as you do with rock, paper, scissors, where you assume that the opponent doesn't like try to react to your option. But all said and done, you're not supposed to reveal what character you choose for round one. It's supposed to be like somewhat of an information game where you're supposed to know what your opponent is likely to play as. And in fact, the most the most high-profile version of this double blind pick happened at Apex many years ago. Hungrybox, an up-and-coming, well, he was like top 5 at the time, but he always lost as Jigglypuff to Armada's Peach. And so... No, wait. That wasn't what happened. Jigglypuff was always beating Armada's Peach. And so Armada says, okay, well, I'm going to choose Young Link to counterpick this Jigglypuff. And he did, and it was working, and it worked for several tournaments in a row. And so eventually, Hungrybox started playing as Ness in order to beat Hungrybox started playing as Ness in order to beat Armada's Young Link. And so here we are at Apex, like top 8, you know, 2 of the best players in the world, but neither of them are using their best characters for round 1 because they wanted to win the counterpick war. Well, yeah, eventually Armada picks Fox, and it covers both Ness and also the Ness and the Jigglypuff. But this is like years and years ago, long before he was picking up Fox, though. Alright, so Felix won that game, and first you choose the character, so you gotta choose the character you're gonna go with for game number 2. And then Bino has the option to counterpick that character, and then you choose the stages after that. Alright, Felix will continue to go Greninja, game number 2. Now Bino will choose their character. Bino goes Piranha Plant. Next up, we got Felix choosing which stages they don't want to play on. I'm assuming it's going to be the same stages. But, you know, now that there's a character selection difference, maybe it'll be different. I think I will close the queue at this point as well. We've been going on for quite a while now. I'm just doing a quick roll call to see who's still here. Jim Fury, you still here? I Like Pie, are you still here? Swordmaster, you still here? Nelly? Plushy Shorts? Toad AB? Airy? And Pitch Production. Are you guys all here still? We got most people tuning and saying, yep, they're here. Alright, cool. Alright, and now Bino is going to choose a stage to play on. But they can't choose Lilat or Yoshi's because Felix banned them. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people said, yep, I'm here. And I have 8 people that are currently in line. Playing on Smashville for game number 2. Alright, so go ahead and select your stage, select your characters, into the ring, and begin game number 2. Did I miss Jim saying that they were leaving? Okay, like 30 minutes ago was the last time they said something.
3, 2, 1, go!
And then Airy and Pitch Productions, they were the 2 that like left the stream and then like came back after their turn was skipped to have their set. They're probably like off doing something else. This is a reason why streamers usually don't allow to have side arenas, because they aren't like paying attention to chat. But you know, it's fine. No one is obligated to stay here. You guys can come, go, whatever. Like at worst, you'll just have your turn skipped. And it just like wastes 1 minute or something like that, which isn't that big of a deal. Okay, so Jim's still here. So now I have 6 people that have checked in. That's cool. The only ones I'm missing are the ones that didn't check in the last time. You're already in the list, pitch production. No worries. That's number 7 checked in. So now just waiting. Well, not waiting for Ari, but it would be cool if Ari were to check in. You are next, actually. Next up is going to be Gem Fury versus I Like Pie. You will be 3 sets from now, plushie. So we got this set is going on right now, and then Gem Fury versus I Like Pie, followed by Swordmaster versus Nelly, and then it'll be plushie versus Pitch Productions. And then lastly, we'll end off the stream with Toad versus Ari. I gotta say though, I'm not really a fan of streaming Smash while I'm not playing Smash. It's cool that you guys are learning more about the game and like the competitive scene and community and whatnot. But I've done about 5 hours worth of streaming content this week where I was just like not playing at all. Luckily, like I'm on, like I mentioned at the beginning of this week, I'm on vacation. And like I have 2 Smash streams a day, which allows me to like actually be okay with it. Like I couldn't imagine like streaming Smash once a day, and that one time I stream Smash I don't play. But if I'm going to have 2 Smash streams in one day, and you know, the second one I play for like 2 to 3 hours, you know, I can choose not to play Smash for the first stream. Alright, good games to both of you. Next up, we got Jim and I Like Pie. I'm new to Smash. I got it yesterday. Any tips for new players such as myself? Alright, so I know that you're lying, because the last time you were here, you said you got it 5 days ago. And that was 3 days ago when you last came here. And that's fine, I don't mind. That's like that's like how you introduce yourself to streams. I'm not upset about that. I'm just saying that I know that that's not true. But even though I know that that's not true, I'm still going to give you advice for a new player anyway. Play as many characters as possible, and you want to focus on recovering and coming back to the stage. That's the most important thing, being able to get back to the stage. Because it doesn't matter like all the combos, doesn't matter like defensive game, offensive game. Being able to recover is paramount in Smash Brothers. Number 2 is going to be learning how to shield basically, and tech and things like that. Alright, so to determine the order for that you use the points command, I'm pretty sure that I Like Pie goes first because he watches so much of the channel. Yeah, there will be a second stream soon. Alright, so I Like Pie struck Battlefield, Jim strikes not quite sure because you said Town and City and Battlefield wait and then Stadium, so you I guess you struck Stadium. Yeah, I Like Pie has more watch time in this 1 week, I'm pretty sure, than that. So what are your actual two strikes? Is it Town and City and Stadium, or is it Battlefield and Stadium? Or, okay, it's Town and City and Stadium. Okay. So then the two remaining are Battlefield and Smashville. There is a second arena for people that are waiting to play. I don't know what the ID and password is for that other arena though. I think Plushie has it up somewhere.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, I missed Lakai coming in. Hey there, Lakai Fleming. Welcome back to the channel. Here it is, I found it. It's probably already in chat again. There it is. Wait, I'm in one. Yeah, I know, I copy-pasted your, oh, you're in a new one? Okay. So I don't know what the new ID is then. You'll have to ask in chat. SSB5 Winner Unstoppable. Oh, thanks for the subscription, Freeze Plushie Shorts. I missed that earlier. I got the notification now. I don't know if it played on the in chat. Like it's supposed to have an alert box come up when that happens. Oh, for some reason I got the notification on YouTube, but I haven't gotten the notification on Streamlabs yet. I don't know why Streamlabs is slacking so hard today. Based on the level of play here, you would usually see this more like at winners round 3. I know that chat was like, oh, like what's going on with this set? So I guess I could explain a little bit about seeding right now. So when you have a bunch of people enter a tournament, like often, like let's say you have a community that has like 100 players in it, and like every week about 20 or so of them show up to the same tournament, and it's like random which ones show up. But then again, like the top 8 will probably usually like always show up. So that's kind of like what a local scene is kind of like. And what you don't necessarily want to happen is you don't want your best player to fight against your second best player in round 1, because then one of them is going to lose, and then they're going to go to losers bracket and they're going to beat up on people that are like worse than they are, but like not so bad that they're supposed to go 0-2, because you typically want your placements to kind of reflect your skill. So in order to prevent a bunch of like people that are actually like average at the game from going 0-2, you typically will do what's called seeding. And so you will basically make it so that all the top players avoid each other at the beginning round. So like winners round 1, winners round 2, typically the top players avoid each other, and then finally they start fighting each other in winners round 3 and upwards. Yep, characters, then stages. Imagine that you chose stages first, and then as a result of that, like if you chose a stage saying like, oh, I think that I'm fighting Sonic, I'm going to choose like, you know, Final Destination or something like that. I don't know. Well, in a more extreme example, because Sonic also does okay on Final Destination, but like you chose the stages, and then your characters basically chooses someone that's like really good at that stage instead. And now you, even though you're the loser and you are supposed to be at more of an advantage for game number 2, you're now at more of a disadvantage. Alright, so we're going Ike, Kirby, and now I Like Pie is going to ban 2 stages from the stage list. It's pinned, but there's also a command for it. Is the stream later going to be just for fun or another little tournament? The stream later is just going to be the standard King of the Hill. Like, I haven't decided whether I'm going to do 4-person arenas or 8-person arenas. I said I was going to do 4-person arenas yesterday, but I forgot to, and I was too lazy to change it halfway through. So I might do 8-person arenas, and it's just regular King of the Hill. Just join, play some games, leave. None of this fancy stuff. Alright, so I Like Pie bans Lilat and Spashville, and we're going to Kalos. Ike into Kirby. Is today your birthday? Happy birthday, Pitch Production. Hope you have a great one. Uh-oh. Yep. I recognize that situation.
I fight for my friends.
Also known as checkmate. Alright, good games to both of you. Next up, we got Swordmaster versus Nelly. Again, this is going to be another strong set here. And by the way, you can check out Gem Fury's channel at the link that I've given in the chat. Lots of Smash content. A couple of other games, probably. I don't typically click on non-Smash, but he does Smash streams that I like to attend as well. And a quick play, man. I missed out on signing up for this one. Rip. The next one, I don't know if we're gonna do this for a long time. Because the only reason why we're able to do this is because of the ridiculously long vacation that I'm taking for myself while I'm not traveling. So, that's kind of the only reason why we're even really doing this today. I typically prefer doing just King of the Hill, though. See ya, Felix. Thanks for stopping by. Well, my vacation is over technically now. Like, it's Friday, and then I have the weekend, and then I'm back to work on Monday. Yeah, apparently Jim is off to start his own stream right now, or start his own stream soon. So go ahead and check him out. We only got 2 more sets over here. Let's go ahead and get Nelly in here. Oh, by the way, in case you're ever called on a stream, Swordmaster is not doing this, which is good. But if you're doing quick play and suddenly you're called on stream, do not SD in order to quickly get onto the stream, because if you do that, the game might say you've been disconnected for continuing SDing. And then it will ban you from online for like 30 minutes, and then you definitely won't be able to be on stream. Alright, Nelly was here not too long ago. At least when I did roll call at the beginning of the previous set, they were here. I hear someone here. I'm gonna assume that's Swordmaster. Not yet. Use the points command to see how long you've been watching the stream for, and then whoever's been watching longer gets to strike first. I watch Netflix on high definition on my PS4, but legit can't play a stable connection to Super Smash Brothers. Well, that's very different, though, because with streaming services, you let's say you want to watch an episode of Dragon Ball Z, like, the whole episode is already created, right? So you just need to basically download it. So the only thing that matters is your download speed, and you basically, if you don't need stability, you just need speed for that. But for Smash Brothers, you don't know what the next 20 inputs for your opponent is going to be. So every single frame, you need to know exactly what the next thing your opponent is going to be doing. So speed doesn't actually matter at all for Smash Brothers. All you're sending is what input you're sending on this particular frame. And the only thing that matters is stability. Let's see, what are we going to do if Nelly doesn't show up here? We got 2 even numbers. I guess we'll have me play, I guess. Ugh. Oh, you want to do like a real tournament set? I was just going to play on random.
Choose your fighter.
Let's see what the stage list here is. Oh, you're playing random? Oh, well, I'll play random then.
Choose your fighter.
Let's see. I'm going to ban... You want to just do Pokemon Stadium 2? Oops, did not press that. Nah, okay. I'm going to ban Battlefield and Lilat. Only PS2 is weird. I mean, it is. I don't typically do it myself, but just as an example of gentlemaning to a particular set. Alright, I got Cloud, they got Fox. You're already in line, pitch production, don't worry. I got an opponent for you already lined up. Oh, I missed my tech. A lot more grabs than I'm used to from a Fox. Ooh, you didn't even wait for the third jab, you just let it rip. Thought for sure you're going to go for another reflector.
This is Fox, returning to base.
I guess dash attack would have been the safer option if I knew that you were going to go for that. Or if I thought you were going to go for that, since you didn't actually go for it. Well, you were fishing for neutral B the whole time. And so because you were fishing for it the whole time, I was like, all right, well, you expect me to go for the neutral B. Let me hit you with this forward smash, but should have done dash attack because I wouldn't have gotten hit by a forward smash afterwards. I would have been able to shield. Ah, well. Go ahead and do your bans. Yoshi and Smashville. Let's go town. Oh, darn it. I thought that I was the Meta Knight. Can't believe that didn't hit. This character is so terrible. Oh boy. How far they've fallen. Like, Corrin was like, okay in Smash 4. Let's see. My bands are going to be Final Destination and Yoshi's Story. Let's see what we got here. We got Peach. Been getting a lot of Peach on random lately. Going on Lilac. Alright. Or else this be dash attack. It's just press down and jump at the same time. That's how you float cancel. I don't know any of the fancy movements like running around while float canceling. What can I do? I can space aerials and do all the things that are normal for every other character to do. That's not gonna kill me. I missed the ledge. Alright, good games to Swordmaster. Next up, we got Plushy Shorts versus Airy. Oh, that was game 3. Yeah, I lost that one. No emergency best of 5s here. Whoa. Hello. Yeah, you won as Fox, and then you won as Young Link. See you, Bino. Thanks for stopping by. Is Aries still here, I wonder? It's a good question. See you, Swordmaster. Thanks for stopping by. Airy and Plushy, were you saying that you had to go as in you have to leave the stream, or were you leaving as in you had to leave the practice arena in order to join the actual stream? Superfan06. Who is that? Do I know who that is? Oh, that's Plushy Shorts. Okay. And then next would be Airy. But they haven't said anything yet. So I'm going to assume that they aren't here. And I'm going to put in Toad then instead. Alright. So, as all tournament sets begin, you can use the points command in order to see how many hours you've watched the channel. Whoever's watched more hours gets to strike stages first. If I had to guess, it's probably Toad. Alright, almost 10 hours. Pretty sure Plushy is like about 2 hours or something like that. Yep, about 2 hours. Alright, so Toad will choose one stage among the starter stages that they do not want to play on to begin with. Alright, Toad does not want to play on Battlefield. Now, Plushy Shorts will choose 2 stages from among the starters that they do not want to play on, excluding Battlefield, obviously. So out of Pokemon Stadium 2, Lilat, Town and City, and Smashville, Freeze has got to choose 2 stages that they do not want to play on.
Choose your fighter. Villager.
Alright, Freeze does not want to play on Lilat and does not want to play on Pokemon Stadium. So now Toad chooses the stage that they will be playing on, which is either Town and City or Smashville. So game number 1 will be played on Town and City. Let's see how this goes. And a quick reminder, I brought this up a couple of times already, but when you do a Wi-Fi tournament on Smash.gg, when you're down to 2 stages, you're supposed to click on the stage that you don't want to play on. A lot of times I will accidentally click on the stage that I do want to play on because that's what you would say out loud if you were playing in person. But on Smash.gg, you're still striking, and therefore you would be clicking on the wrong one and you'd be eliminating it accidentally. Hey there, Benduku. The list was supposed to be closed, but luckily for you, we had a no-show, so we actually have an odd number of people, and so I will let you play in the next set. Nah, I'm good. You just used the join command. What? So does that mean that you're not looking to play right now then? Super tired? That's fine. I'll be doing a stream tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow will be Saturday. I typically do those. There'll also be a stream in a couple of hours here as well. Alright, so with Toad having won the first game, they will now reveal what character they plan on using for game number 2. Wow, today was crazy. We had a peak of 22. Alright, No. So Toad chooses their character first, and then after Toad chooses their character, you get to counterpick with the character you want to play as. You know, if you say Bowser first, then your opponent that already beat you in game 1 could potentially just play a character that Bowser is bad against, and then you'd lose even worse on the game 2. So you want to have the winner reveal their character first. Alright, so Toad will be sticking with Kirby. Now, Freeze, if you want to play Bowser, you know, that's the same character that are your, you know, Toad isn't switching characters anyway, so I'm guessing you would probably want to stick with Bowser if you wanted to. But you can choose really anything, though. I'm just saying that strategically, you want to follow the order of the tournament set, because that gives you the most amount of advantages. Alright, going Sonic into Kirby. Alright, so now Toad will choose 2 stages from the stage list that they do not want to play on, given that it's Kirby versus Sonic. And then once Toad chooses 2 stages to not play on, Plushie will choose the stage that they will play on for game number 2. So Toad does not want to play on Town and City or Battlefield, and now Freeze will choose the stage that they want to play as Sonic versus Kirby on from the remaining 5 stages, or the remaining 6 stages, I should say. Alright, going to FD, Sonic versus Kirby, game 2, let's see it. Hello, Pitch Production. You ready to close out the stream? Because you're coming up next. You'll be the final set for the day. Well, not for the day, for this stream. You'll probably have to fight me, though, because there's no one else in line. No lag on game number 1, lag on game 2. Unfortunate. I can tell that it's messing up both of the players. But once again, mock tournament, there's no real bracket, there's no prize or anything like that. We're just gonna let it play. Ooh. Nicely done. Good games to both of you. It's almost like the fewer people that are in the queue, the fewer people decide to watch. Down to 4 from our max of 22. Have to leave? Well, thanks for stopping by. I enjoyed having everyone on today. Alright, pitch production. You're up. Do I have a volunteer to play for this final set as well? Otherwise, I'll just do it myself. Is pitch production even here? If not, that's also fine. I could just end the stream. No harm to me. We're about to hit the 3-hour mark. We've been going for 2 hours, 48 minutes. We got 2 people in here. Me and Benduku. Alright. That's no problem with me. That just means that I get to end early, which means I get to start the next stream even earlier, which is good. Perfect, actually. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, and bye.